Howdy y'all and good morning. Today I am going to make a brownie cheesecake. Or maybe it's a cheesecake brownie. I'm not really sure. I would say it's a brownie cheesecake because instead of a graham crust, it will have a brownie crust. So yeah, I'm going to call it a brownie cheesecake. I saw a video for this and I thought, well, I have to make this because it was easy enough. And these are the ingredients. You will need some regular cream cheese. This is 8 ounce each package, so you need 2 packages for a total of 16 ounces. You will also need a cup of chocolate chips. Now, this could be optional really, so you can leave that out. I've got milk chocolate chips. You could use a dark chocolate or a semi-sweet chocolate chip if you want, but I'm going to follow this recipe pretty much as it was shown, so I'm using just regular chocolate chips. I also need a cup of white sugar, and I will need 8 ounces of a whipped cream. You can make your own if you want, or do the lazy cook way and just buy it already made and buy your favorite brand. I happen to like my store brand, so that's what I'm getting. It's just as yummy as the national brand. Okay, I am also going to need a brownie mix. And of course, you could make your own homemade. This is a national brand, and it's really good. Normally, well, yet lately, I've been buying the original one. It has a pouch of chocolate syrup in it, and it is very good. So I recommend this Duncan Hines. The reason that we've been suddenly liking this is because it has on the back you can either do a fudgy brownie or you could do a cake like brownie, and my son likes to do those, so he does the cake like lately. He's been doing that, and that takes 2 eggs, or the fudgy one takes 1 egg and of course vegetable oil and some water. So you'll just make that according to the package directions. I got this one though because it has walnuts in it. Now the recipe did not ask for a brownie mix with any kind of nuts or anything. It just said brownie mix and prepare as the package says. So this is where I veer off. I normally do that, and that's okay. So that's why I'm sort of kind of following it to how the recipe is written. So here's my eggs and my oil. Now also in the recipe, it is topped with fresh sliced strawberries to make a really pretty little design. And guess what? I went to the grocery store, and yeah, I had strawberries on my list, but I forgot. But I had this little bit of leftover strawberry pie filling that I've been using on some other stuff, little desserts, pancakes and things. And I'm going to use the little bit that's left to garnish on top just to make it look pretty. So that's what I'm going to use. And of course, to make this all a really nice cheesecake that will pop out of your pan, you will need a spring form pan. This is the kind of pan that you just pop open and the bottom comes off and you just slide off the top part, and then your cake stays sitting on this part, and then you slide it off or just slice it off right off of that and put it in a nice platter. But this is a springform pan, and you need these to make cheesecakes because you can't just pop out a cheesecake like you would a normal cake. So invest in one of these. I finally did. I've been wanting one for years. I've been wanting to make a real cheesecake, and this little simple, quickie, easy little recipe reminded me that I need to get that. So I got it. It only cost me 10 bucks. It's nice. I just washed it, so it's ready to go. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and prepare my brownie mix according to the package directions. And I'm only going to use 1 egg because I want that fudgy brownie. I don't want the cake-like. And believe me, the cake-like brownie is cake-like. It comes out nice and thick and just like it looks in the picture. Just like that. Thick and spongy, yummy. So try it out. Okay, I'll be back with my already baked brownie, and I'm gonna let it cool off, and then I'll do the rest of the easy peasy recipe for you. And I'll be back. And I'm back, and I've already baked my brownie, and it's nice and done, and I've let it cool off in this pan, and I'm going to leave it in there. It's nicely done. Yes, I checked it with a big old toothpick, and it came out nice and clear, so it's done. So in here I've got 2 packages of cream cheese. That's my cat making that noise in the background, a little kitten that I've got, so I want to apologize for that noise in the background. Okay, so I've got 2 packages of cream cheese, that makes it 16 ounces of your favorite brand of cream cheese. I'm going to add a cup of white sugar. You can use a sugar substitute, just read on the packaging. It should tell you what amount you can substitute. Some of them, it is the equivalent of whatever you're going to use with like white granulated sugar, but you never know. I don't know what you use. If you're using something different, I don't know all the brands. I do know that my store brand, which is the equivalent of like a Splenda, it does say if it's a cup of sugar, then you're going to use a cup of that sweetener. So there you go. I guess if you're using Splenda, it's the same thing because it is the comparable brand to Splenda. Okay, so I'm just going to mix this up with a blender, the sugar and the cream cheese, till it's nice and creamy. Okay, but I don't want all this noise in the video, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will be back. All right, so I blended that up. It's got little peaks, nice. Now, I do want to make sure I mention that you do let your cream cheese soften outside of your refrigerator. And I started this early in the morning. It's, well, I don't even want to tell you what time it is now, but a whole bunch of time went by because I baked this, and we've got a horrible wind outside, which keeps our power on and off, so it's been horrible. But baked that, let it cool off. We had breakfast, all kinds of stuff happened, and now I'm back to finish this. So this cream cheese has been sitting out at least an hour. Okay, so now I'm going to add 8 ounces of my whipped cream or dessert topping. You can make your own fresh if you want to make this longer and more work for yourself. I'm doing it the Lazy Cook way, and after all, I'm not doing like a traditional real cheesecake recipe, so you know it's okay to skip all that. This is the Lazy Cook way. Okay, so then you're going to blend all this together, just fold it in. I don't want to use the mixer, but the mixer does have some cream cheese on the little whisks, so I'm going to remove that, get it in here, blend it in some more, and I will be back. All right, so here we go. Our mix here is been folded. The cream cheese, sugar, and whipped cream have been now folded into each other. And yeah, I took off what was still on the whisks on the mixer, and I couldn't help it. I had a little taste, and it was delicious. It wasn't too sweet, so it was perfectly fine with a cup of sugar. Don't put any more. Don't be tempted to put more. If you want to use less, then just use a substitute instead. Or use less. Anyway, so now I've got a cup of chocolate chips, and I showed you the little bag at the beginning. You saw that I had some, it was sort of open. Well, not sort of, it was open, and I had already used some, and I just happened to have a cup. But if it hadn't been a cup, that's fine. It doesn't have to have completely a cup of this. It could have a little bit extra. There's still a little bit of sugar that also flowed down with that. So that's okay. All right, so then this is now going to get blended into that. So let's blend them in. Trying to get the hand out of the video here. Okay, so we're gonna blend that in like that. As much as you can. My hand's already hurting, yeah. Okay, that's okay. This is how we get a little bit of a workout on a Saturday. All right, here we go. And then we eat this, and that workout was worth nothing. Okay, workout, not workup. But anyway, here we go. This is done. So now we're going to take our our spring-formed pan with our brownie cooked and cooled. And you really want to let it cool because you don't want this hot, and you want to put this cream cheese stuff on it because it'll melt it and soften it up. And what we want this to solidify. So we don't want to get it all gooey and nasty and whatever. So let's do this right. Make sure this is nice and cool. Cool on the bottom, cool on the top. I mean, I can completely touch this. We're not going to remove the spring form. You keep it on there. And now we're going to pour all this, and it's okay if you get it all over your hand because then you can just lick it off. Okay, so let's pour this into this pan. You know, I'm the kind of person. You ever watch those shows, cooking shows, like on, you know, on TV or even on YouTube? They're making all this stuff and they're pouring stuff from one bowl to another, and they leave a little bit inside of there because they don't want to scrape it off. And I always think like, waste. Use it. So I'm going to scrape it as much as I can. And for those of you who are like me, I need to see that. There you go. I scraped it. Okay, so here we go. I'm now going to spread it as, let me put this a little bit more that way. Let me spread it as nicely as I can. Let me clean my hand too. My gosh. Okay, this is what happens when you have a running video. Okay, so here we go. Spreading. Trying to make it even. This is really nice and thick on here, by the way. So this makes a really nice thickness here on this mock cheesecake here. Not really mock. It's cheese in there. It's gonna form into a cake. So we're not really making a cake, but still, it's like a pie. I don't know what to call this, but anyway, that's what it was called on the instructional video that I saw, and it was way more professional than me. Okay, what I want to do is, I want to lick this off, but I'm not going to, is I want to clean all these little edges because they're really bugging me, and my fingers are clean, by the way. And besides, you're not eating this, so don't worry about me if I have you think, oh, she licked her fingers, she said she licked it, no, she's scraping it. Don't worry about it, you're not eating it. Okay, but you will when you make it. Okay, so let's be real here. Okay, so I'm just gonna get a napkin and I'm just gonna wipe off the edges because they're really bugging me. I'm trying not to let it bug me, but they are. Okay, so just wipe off, just so it looks pretty. You're gonna remove this spring form anyway to serve it, so all that's gonna come off with it. Okay, so then I mentioned that in the recipe they used some fresh strawberries and they cut them up and they laid them out really pretty. And there goes my electricity. Okay, and it should come back, but I'll keep videotaping even with this lower light. Okay, so you use some strawberries and you lay them out, and even though I did, what was I saying? Even though I did write it on my list to buy strawberries, for some reason I just didn't. And even, I get strawberries all the time, so I don't know why I forgot. Here comes my electricity back. Luckily, I don't need that to do this recording. So I have this strawberry pie filling, and I usually have cherry, but for some reason I decided to buy strawberry because I was doing some little desserts, and then I put it on my pancakes. So I had that. So I'm just gonna put this on top here, spread out. I don't really want to spread it all the way to the edges. I just want to like spread out just like the top part because I want to, you know, all these chocolate chips to show on the top. And I kind of want to give it that, look at me, I'm elegant look. But I don't want it to look too perfect. So look at that. That's all I'm going to do. Now this is going to go in the refrigerator for 4 hours. So I'm going to cover it with some plastic wrap here, some cling wrap. Put it in the refrigerator for 4 hours, and then we'll come back and we'll pray when we remove this that this is nice and solid. So right now, and my clock just went out, so I don't know what time it is. Probably 1 o'clock. I'm gonna say 1 o'clock. It will probably be 5 p.m. when I come back to show you this. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back 6 hours, almost, like 5.5 hours later, when this was sitting in the refrigerator for 4 hours. I did put it in the freezer for a little bit because I felt like it just wasn't getting firm enough. So I put it in the refrigerator, ran to do an errand, and now I'm gonna pop this open and we'll find out how it all came out. Okay, so this is separating first. Slowly lift it up. And look at that. Oh my gosh. And look at all the yumminess on the edge. I'm gonna eat that. Yep. Okay, put that over to the side. And here is our Brownie Cheesecake. That's what I decided to call it. I think that's what it was called in the video. I don't remember what they called it, but I'm calling it a Brownie Cheesecake because look at that. There's a brownie layer, then the cream cheese with sugar and whipped cream and some chocolate chips, and then I added some little bit of strawberry pie filling on the top that I had left over from something else. And now, wait, I'll be back. Okay, sorry. I had to take a still picture of it, so I stopped everything to do that. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to cut into it. Now, I would probably put it on a, well, I shouldn't say I would probably do it because I'm obviously not doing it. You might want to put it on a I should use a knife. This is really hard, by the way. I let it freeze a little bit, so it's getting really hard on me to cut. Let me get a knife. Okay, I think it should cut now.
Okay.
There we go. Cutting into the brownie part on the bottom. That worked better. Knife helped. Okie dokie, now we're going to lift it off, and remember I did spray this with nonstick spray. I don't know if I even mentioned that, but you do want to do that. My mouth is watering. Oh my gosh. I feel like you can hear it. And I think it's because I froze it a little bit. Okay, well it wasn't that much. There we go. Putting it on a plate. Look how pretty that looks. That looks so good. The strawberry running down actually looks really good. A little piece. Well, it's yummy, and the strawberries on top really do help. So I'm going to recommend that you do that. Add the strawberries on top. Okay, this is my brownie cheesecake. I hope you liked the tutorial. It was something very easy. It just took some time because obviously the brownie had to cool off, and then I had to refrigerate the cheesecake part. So I hope you try this, and if you have any recipes that you like to share, you have a link to a video that you like to share, please put that in the comments. Please like or thumbs up my video, and please subscribe. Enjoy!